Are you planning a magical trip to Orlando? Make every day at the parks easier with Beta Stroller Rental. They offer clean, comfortable, and high quality strollers so your little ones can ride in comfort while you enjoy every moment stress free. And best of all, listeners of the Mickey and Minutes podcast get an exclusive 10% off discount on their rental. Simply use our coupon code MIM10, that's MIM 10, when making your reservation. Visit Beta Stroller Rental today and give your family the comfort they deserve because happy kids mean happy parents. Now, on to the show. Hey, and welcome to the Mickey and Minutes podcast. Quick conversations, information, and inspiration. I'm your host, Nick Lazaga, and I hope you enjoyed this episode of The Short Disney Show. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Mickey and Minutes. I'm your host, Nick Lazaga, and today I'm joined once again by my wife, Chelsea.
Hey, everyone.
So today we're finally going to talk about Aulani. I've been teasing about this for a while now that, first on mid-Mondays that we were going to go to Aulani, we were building it up. And then when we got back, I talked about it on the new show, Weekly Top 3. Check it out on YouTube. But then I got sick, kind of, right? And I lost my voice. But we're finally here. We're going to talk about Aulani. We had an amazing time.
It was really wonderful. Excited to talk about it today.
Yeah. So we went to Aulani a couple weeks ago now, like 3 weeks ago.
It was the beginning of June.
And we didn't just go to Aulani. Of course, we went to just Hawaii in general, right? We took a family trip with my in-laws, Chelsea's family, we went to Maui first, right?
Yes, went to Maui, stayed on Kanapali, which we also stayed in a vacation club property.
That was a Westin, right?
It was a Westin. So we'll throw out a couple comparisons between staying there and staying at a Disney Vacation Club property.
Yeah, and if you listened to the last Mickey and Minutes episode called You're Going to Disney Again? I teased the fact that Aulani wasn't originally part of this vacation itinerary. I kind of mentioned it once, twice, 3, 5, 10 times, right? Until it finally just became like, you know what, let's just do it. We were like looking at prices and stuff, right, for a while and trying to fit into our budget and our plan.
I have to say, I have never had such a back and forth. We're going to do Aulani. We're not doing Aulani. We're going to do Aulani. We're not going to do Aulani.
Yeah.
Than any other vacation plan I've ever done.
It got intense there for a little bit, but I am very, very glad that we did decide to do it. So we ended up staying 2 nights at Aulani, and that gave us kind of 3 days, right?
Yes. So one of the perks of Aulani is they are great about letting you use their amenities on your check-in day and your check-out day. They also had like a family amenities suite that you get a card for, like a room card, and they have seating in there, and then a female shower area, male locker room area that you can use. So we were able to stay all day our checkout day, and then change, shower, and head to the airport.
Yeah, and that was really, really convenient because we had a super late flight, so we just spent the whole day basically. Well, we had a character breakfast, right? We'll get more into that soon. We had a character breakfast, and then we just spent the rest of the day in the lazy river. So, also, we're here with our dog, Minnie Mia. So if you hear little dog noises, she wanted to be on the episode, so she's here.
She was jealous. She didn't get to go to Aulani too.
He did not. But so let's go ahead and kind of break down our stay at Aulani. We'll talk about what was really good about it, and honestly, what didn't really meet the mark as far as
expectations.
Yeah, you have certain expectations for a Disney trip, especially at like what's considered, I guess, a Disney Deluxe resort, right? And some things just weren't up to standards. So, but first of all, when we got to Oahu to go to Aulani, we had an incident right off the bat where the airline lost your luggage.
Oh, that was lovely. We had our nice dinner planned for that night at Aulani. The airport is not that close to it. So a
Nice.
little bit of a hike.
Like 45 minutes.
And they lost my luggage and didn't know where it was, and it showed up after midnight. So
Yeah.
luckily wore something, but didn't get to enjoy the pools that day, and that was very disappointing.
But we kind of took advantage of not being able to go in the pools because you didn't have your bathing suit by really getting to explore the property. We really walked around a lot. There's an area like off the cove to the side where you have a good view of Aulani, but also a really great view of the sunset.
Oh my gosh, it was gorgeous. Great sunset day. We walked along all the rocks on the cove, got some great pictures.
Yeah.
We got iced coffees too and took them down on the beach. And
Yeah, so we really
um,
did enjoy that time. Plus we started our 3-day shopping adventure.
oh yes, 3 day shopping adventure. What
All
ornament?
right. There's two stores there, and we managed to shop for 3 days. So, but it was really great. We got some really cool merch there. But that first day, even though you didn't have your luggage and you didn't have your bathing suit, we still had a really great time there. But now over to kind of a negative thing. When we were checking in, so we were staying, of course. Your parents had their own room, and we had our own room, and we booked our rooms at the exact same time through a third-party website, not through Aulani. And then something happened between our booking and our check-in. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, I no problem on anybody's part. I just didn't care for how Alani's management handled the situation. We both booked partial ocean rooms. Exact same booking, booked them together, two rooms
Same price,
identical,
same
same
everything.
price, same everything. My parents ended up with a gorgeous view of the whole Alani property
Like
and an ocean view, like
the view.
view.
It's the view.
Alani. It
Yeah.
was
Like
perfect.
11th floor, overlooking all the pool.
Uh,
Incredible.
it was gorgeous. And then we were on the other side, still an ocean view, pretty view of the mountains, but like mostly parking lot.
So we were
Us.
our door was across the hall from theirs, so we didn't get to see any of the Aulani property, but you could see the partial ocean view. So they had this amazing, like perfect view, and we had this partial ocean, but we paid the same. We had the same exact thing on our reservation. So then what happened?
So then we went and talked to management, just wanting to know what
More of a
happened,
question, right?
see what was the upgrade, if anybody upgraded my parents' room, like what happened, why our rooms were so different. And management took it really poorly. Like they told us that we were lying basically, and we booked two different room types. And if we didn't have the proof to prove it, then it was obviously on us. And oh, Alani would never upgrade anybody. And it's just, I've never been treated like I've been lying about a reservation. We go to Disney a lot. We spend a
Yeah,
lot of money with Disney. And it was just really shocking how they
it's really
handled
weird.
it.
Yeah.
Showed it to him, and then he continued to be like, oh, well, I can't upgrade you. They upgraded you through the offsite, but never any apology to, like, okay, so the third party upgraded them, but there's no evidence of this on our
And we
end.
never really had any reason why
It
they were
was
upgraded.
no evidence. It was more of a conversation, seeing what would happen, seeing if there was an upgrade of some along the way, not even really asking for the upgrade. I think my big thing was we saw their room first, beautiful room. They had the Mickey towel with the flower clips and all that stuff. We didn't like we even told them we were celebrating our
Yeah.
anniversary. There was no pixie dust at
That's the
Aulani.
thing.
The entire trip, they'd ask you if you had your anniversary, nothing,
Mm-mm.
which was really different from reviews I've seen online. And so that was a little bit of a shock. And
Yeah.
then,
So bottom line is they didn't do anything. Not that we expected them to do anything about the room type,
right.
but like you were saying, we checked into our room second, and we didn't have the Mickey shaped towel, which I guess is fine, but we didn't have the little flower hair clip for the women. Okay, like there was none of those extras that were in the other room. And I guess that those extras are just for people with that view, maybe.
But that's the thing too.
And you
Is
had to ask for the hair clip.
we've watched reviews online of other people online that have stayed at Disney resorts and have done room tours and have not had that big beautiful room, and they still got a flower clip. And so I think that was just the cherry on top where it's like, okay, so apparently I'm lying, which I wasn't.
No.
There was no evidence that the room had been changed or upgraded. They were the exact same price. And
So for some reason, the third party updated your parents or
yes,
upgraded your parents and not us. It's fine.
it was fine.
I mean, like when we first checked in, they asked if we're celebrating anything. We said our anniversary, so they gave us, the little anniversary buttons. Of course they like to give buttons in Disney. So we got
And
the
we
original
got
Aulani
those.
buttons. Yeah, we got the Aulani buttons with Duffy on them. They're cute, and they gave us these other buttons that are anniversary, and they wrote 9 years on it, which is really sweet. But that's the only thing they ever did for our anniversary. And again, we're not fishing for freebies.
Yeah.
But like we'll get into dining and stuff in a minute, but every time we went to any dining reservation, they always said, "Hey, are you celebrating anything?" We're like, "Yeah, our anniversary." And they'll be like, "Okay." And then
Yeah.
nothing, not a dessert, nothing, and
It's not like, and again, it goes back to not wanting that. It's just
it's pixie dust, so
it's
you're not
pixie
getting.
dust that you usually
But you're
get
also so
from Disney
accustomed.
World, Disneyland, Disney Cruise Line. You see that.
Yeah.
And so for Alani, which is in my head deluxe, 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 to not see any pixie dust was shocking to me. And for every cast member not to have that sparkle that you usually see at Disney properties, I was shocked.
Yeah.
I was shocked that there were some lovely cast
Like
members.
1 in 3 cast members felt like Disney quality, and then the others just felt like they didn't really care about the guests. They didn't care about guest experience. It was just like they're running a hotel.
Yeah. And then just not phrasing things in a professional way either. Very heartbreaking.
Right. So let's jump over to dining really quick because that first night we did have a really nice dining reservation. It was supposed to be our anniversary dinner, the one that we'd been planning for a long time, but you didn't have your luggage, so you were kind of wearing your day clothes. You didn't get to change into a dress or whatever. I was wearing my cool Roosevelt.
Somebody else's
Tiki Room Roosevelt.
suitcase showed up.
Yeah, my suitcase was fine. But tell us, what was the name of that dinner? Do you remember? Or the
Yes,
restaurant?
so I'm going to butcher this, so please be prepared for that.
Fine.
Don't judge. It's Makahiki, the Bounty of the Islands.
Right.
And we actually ate there twice, but the first night they have a 3-course prefix menu. Delicious, huge options
Huge
for the
portions.
price.
Oh my gosh, the portions were so big. We all had leftovers.
Yeah, we ended up eating our leftovers the next night because we had so much. It was great.
Right. Would you say it was pricey or a pretty average?
Say it's pretty average
It was what,
Disney.
85 a person? Is that what it was? I think it was something like that. But you got 3 courses. You got an app, you got a main course, and you got a dessert. And then, of course, we ordered drinks and stuff, which were not included in that per person prefix price. And you pick from each of the columns. I had this really good soup. It was like a corn chowder, like a corn and potato chowder. And then for my entree, I had what was it? The shrimp pasta? Is that what I had?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, the shrimp pasta. That was real good. And then the dessert. Oh, we had that cobbler. It was like a pineapple cobbler.
Pineapple
Oh,
cobbler.
that was
The
good.
warm Mickey brownie was really good.
Right.
I had the baby back ribs, which was huge and delicious.
That was like a full rack of pills.
It was a full rack.
Big.
The Caesar salad was really good. The wedge salad was really good. We had my parents were there too, so we ended up sharing a couple of things to taste things. It is $85 a person.
Yeah, I remember. But overall, I'd say that was a good restaurant, right?
Yeah.
The food was good. It was a lot of food. Earlier that day, we had lunch at Off the Hook.
Yes.
Which is the pool bar, and had some great food there too, right? I had the lobster roll, which pretty standard lobster roll, other than the fact that it also had a strip of bacon in it, which was pretty good.
Yeah.
And then you had the crab cake sandwich.
Yes, I had a crab cake sandwich. It was very, very good.
So
they
honestly-
actually list that as their poolside lounge
Oh,
is
okay.
Off the Hook. And it's
Their Mai Tais were
really
good.
nice spot because you can see the main pool, and that's where they put on a bunch of their pool party shows. So we actually watched pool parties.
You're
from
watching
our-
the goofy pool party from our seats over there.
Yeah. So
It
and
was
like Donald
great.
Duck came out and
Mac, yeah.
Max came out.
Anytime we get to see Max, it's just A plus.
Yeah.
So that was good. But honestly, I was still kind of full from that lunch.
Yeah.
So
We ate that later because that
yeah,
was after we checked in and
had all the stuff in
had all the
the suitcase.
stuff with the suitcase and the room and
Yeah,
everything. But that's really when the magic of our trip started at Alani. That was the
yeah.
turnaround. Like that was our first pina coladas or Mai Tais.
Mai Tais, yeah.
Mai Tais.
For me, it was like there was two things. Walking into Alani, that first entrance, that the grand reveal of the beautiful, beautiful lobby area, the tall ceilings, and then all the cool paintings on the wall, right, that tell the story. There's the male side and the female side of the resort, and it was gorgeous. And then walking out there, getting that big grand reveal, the pool area, that was my first like wow moment, my big, big wow moment. And then when we were sitting there and having lunch, and then Goofy and Max come out, that's when it settled in for me that I was like, we're in Disney. Like this is Disney. Okay, like I'm here now, right? You kind of gave me a look like you need to chill because I was all full on like theme park mode, like Goofy.
Yeah, yeah. He was ready, and
I
it's
was
just
ready.
it's not that environment at Alani. It's more chill.
It was
Like
very
the
chill.
kids are more about the pool than the characters. It felt like
Yeah,
there.
right.
Um,
I'm a big kid, though,
but it
so
was
give me a character, I become a child.
it was a great and it was fun to the really good food. I know my dad had the roast beef sandwich, and that thing could feed
It
three
was
people.
huge,
It
right?
was huge, looked delicious, had plenty of meat in it.
So basically, what we're
Um,
getting at here is the portions at Alani
I think
are
it's
good portions.
I
They're
think it's
pretty
good
big.
portions for the price. And I mean, if you're a theme park person, you know that everything's pricey. And so
And
nothing
also just
super shocked
Hawaii.
me. Hawaii in general, like
Hawaii in general is
we
expensive.
barely even the pool bar in Maui, we didn't leave for under $100 most of the time. Now we got cocktails.
Oh yeah.
So it's a little different, but
Yeah, if you don't drink, then you're going to be saving a ton of money because the cocktails, even in
at
the
least
Westin
like
in
half
Maui, it
price.
was like $20 for a Mai Tai every time. But yeah, there was the happy hours and stuff.
Yeah.
And then same thing in Disney, which again, the prices you'd think, oh, Disney would be more expensive. They were pretty competitive,
Yeah.
pretty much pretty similar, the drinks and food and whatnot.
To the other
Um,
hotel. Yes.
yeah. And so then, of course, going to sleep that night, the room was great. So we had seen some reviews online and some other people's videos while we were planning this trip. And some people's videos didn't make the rooms look too appealing.
Honestly, other videos made me turned off to going because I was like, we're gonna pay deluxe price for a room that looks like it's in a closet.
But yeah, like lighting and stuff, right?
Not good lighting, and
But it was a beautiful
it
room.
didn't do it a
Oh, yeah.
ton of justice,
Right.
like Disney themselves.
But in person, the room was beautiful, right? Like I really liked it. If you open the blinds and have the big glass sliding doors with all the light coming in, it was bright. Not a lot of Disney touches, which I think was a lot of people's complaints, but that lamp with Mickey and the surfboard is beautiful. There's some toilet art in the bathroom that I swear is Finding Nemo. You don't think it is, but I'm sorry, you see a clownfish in a Disney resort, you're gonna think Nemo. Right.
I can see how you see that, but even like the bathrooms look clean. I heard that they were old and not very well maintained.
I mean, it's
Like
what,
I
50th
felt,
anniversary of
yeah,
Hawaii?
15th anniversary just happened, and I feel like everything was really maintained. Everything was really
It was clean. It was
clean.
nice. It was comfy. The bed
I
was comfy.
loved the aloe like soaps that they have in the bathroom. Like those were
Yeah.
really nice.
Shower pressure good.
Shower pressure
Everything.
good. Everything felt clean. I love the Disney touch of having "Welcome to where you are" with a picture and your name
Oh, on the
of
TV.
family.
Yeah.
Like that was
But
great.
it said like in like a Hawaiian, right? Like
Yeah.
said to something Ohana, Lazaga Ohana, right? And it was really nice, really pleasant. Um, and of course, I flipped on the TV and found a video of Olumel, which we watched on loop, right?
Yes.
Because Duffy, we love the Duffy characters, and of course, that was a big part of our merch shopping as well.
I'd like to jump back to because I feel like we've skipped one of my favorite parts of the night.
Okay.
Was actually sitting on my parents' balcony and seeing Alani at night.
Oh, Aulani
with
at night's
everything
beautiful.
lit and being able to see like the volcano and the lit water and everything on the lazy river, and just having that space was
Yeah, the lighting package
really,
down there is
really
pretty.
beautiful, and I really enjoyed it.
Oh yeah, it was a really great place to unwind. And that was kind of like the one of the things we were talking about with the different views because out on our balcony, since we didn't have all the lights of Aulani, it was really dark, right? You
Yeah.
couldn't really see much. It was an ocean view, but there's no lights on the ocean unless there's a boat
Yeah.
going by. So it was pretty dark. But being able to sit on the other balcony and to have a glass of wine and enjoy the view was breathtaking. That's the quintessential Aulani view.
Yeah, and I mean, we got to enjoy our balcony our last day. Like we took our pog juice back up there and
Pog
sat
juice.
in,
Gotta have pog juice in Hawaii.
sat on our balcony and looked at the ocean for a little bit before we checked out, and so that was nice too.
Yeah,
But if
absolutely.
you want a night view, I do recommend splurging
A view of the Aulani proper, the pool
for the
area.
Aulani property if you're planning on sitting out on your balcony and wanting something to look at in the evening because everything does close pretty early. Um,
Yeah, by like 9 or 9:30, everything is pretty much shut down.
yeah, I mean, I know the stores closed later because the stores were closing right when we were picking up my suitcase after.
Yeah, that was around 10 o'clock, right?
Yeah, a little later than that. But I really enjoyed that, and I feel like if that's part of your trip is to sit out on your balcony and enjoy that in the evening,
Yeah.
splurge for that extra
Especially if it's
balcony
like
view.
especially if it's a romantic trip of any kind, right? You want to sit out there with your spouse or, whoever and just really enjoy the view. It was breathtaking, absolutely. It was a high floor. It was like 11th floor or something.
Hmm.
But looking at the pool is no match for being in it because it was fantastic. Like I mentioned, designed by Joe Rody, and you see those touches, right? You go under like a bridge in the lazy river that says 1923, right?
Hmm.
And there's all these cool like vines breaking through part of the concrete, and it's all just beautiful. You go into a cave, and there's like water flowing down, and it was just really, really fun. And they had those hot tubs. Remember those infinity hot tubs? They're kind of like layered. They're two hot tubs, one on top of the other, and like a stair step, and they're
Hmm.
infinity hot tubs, and you get a view of the cove, and it was magic.
Yeah. So for Alani, there's about two main pools. There's the main pool that there's a lot of shows. Like we watched the luau our first night when we checked in before we watched the sunset.
Not the official luau,
Not the
but it
official
was
luau,
like a
but it
little
was like a
like
little song, Hawaiian.
they had the hula dancers and
Yes, the
stuff like
hula
that, but it wasn't
dancers.
like the big luau
No, it wasn't the big luau. Unfortunately, the big luau does not take place
every night.
every night, so it was not taking place any of our sleeping nights at Alani.
Right. We ended up doing a different luau in Maui because of that, which was great, but we didn't get to see the Disney luau.
Yeah, but so they have the main pool, and then they have a pool that has the infinity edge, and then I kind of call that Mermaid Cove because they had that hot tub in like
Right.
that mermaid
Oh
cove.
yeah, that hot tub
Yeah,
with
it
all
was
the yeah, that was
super
beautiful.
neat.
Yeah.
It looks like a bunch of coral with like seashells and
A
everything.
zero entry pool.
Zero entry pool, and then they had the adult only hot tub, which we spent some time
That's the
in.
one I was
That was
talking
a
about, the
double
double decker one,
infinity pool.
which was amazing.
And then they have the lazy river, which we spent so much time in. That was our primary focus.
That was like the main thing of the trip. I think we clocked
We
several
lost several
hours
hours
in
there.
that. Oh, it was amazing. And what
But
was so cool also, let me just say, floating through the lazy river, you see characters walking
yeah,
by, right? The characters meet right around there. So I remember
lemurs
yeah,
too.
I remember floating through the lazy river and just waving at Moana, seeing Goofy walk by. There was a ukulele player kind of standing by the pool doing his thing, and it was just really great. We met Goofy, like I was floating by the lazy river, and I see Goofy taking pictures right at the entrance to it. So I jump out of the water, all wet and everything, and snap a photo with Goofy. And
Yeah.
it was
That's
fantastic.
a fun moment
It was so
because
cool.
I had gotten out of the pool or out of the lazy river to check our towels and everything because there is a pretty strict
Hour limit.
hour limit for your chairs. You see the pool attendants going by and folding towels
Oh
to
yeah,
see how long people have been gone.
so you got to keep like
So
unfolding your towel.
folding your towels to keep your spot.
Yeah,
So that day we had a really good spot for our
I
chairs. It was
we
right
came down
in
super
an
early.
entrance. Yeah, it was right in an entrance for the lazy river. And so I came out to check our spot, and there's Goofy walking up, and I'm like, oh no, where is Nick? He would love this.
Mhm.
And so I'm
Yeah,
standing in line saying, okay, I guess I'll get a picture by myself. I'm not really that type of person.
I am.
But, and then right perfect time, Nick showed
I
up and
jumped up. Yeah,
jumped in with the picture with us.
it was so great.
It
It was
was
so
great.
funny.
And then we ordered drinks from the actual pool bar, which is the Walilana.
All right, we can't.
I
Sorry
can
for
too.
butchering
I'm
these
gonna
Hawaiian
butcher all of
words.
them.
It's fine.
You can
It's
look it up.
okay.
It's
The service for that was really great. You know,
really
ordering
good.
from your pool chair was pretty easy.
Mhm.
Um,
For the lazy river, what was really cool is they had two slides
oh
that we
yeah,
would
we gotta
you
talk
would
about the
take the
slides.
tubes out and go up the stairs for their like little volcano. So one was the volcano vertical, and that was the body slide, which was super dark.
It was a tunnel slide. Yeah, it was really dark and kind of long. There was one point like going down the slide where I'm just like thinking, "Oh my goodness, where is the end of this slide?"
And then the tubestone curl was the one you take your tubes down on. And every like a lot of the guests would like wait at the end ready for somebody to give up their tubes, and because by midday all the tubes are somewhere. You can't just grab one.
Yeah,
So you have to wait
there's
for one.
definitely a lack of tubes, it feels like, but it also keeps the lazy river from being super crowded.
Yeah, yeah. It didn't feel crowded at all, which is really nice. A couple bunching up, but not
Like
bad at all.
midday, you know, there'd be a fight for tubes.
Yeah.
But
But we rode down the slide individually, and then we rode down on one of the double tubes, and that was really fun. But everyone, fair warning,
double tube is
we
crazy.
we fell off of that thing when we came
Yeah,
down
you
the
like flew over
slide.
my head. I don't know what happened. It was
I just
crazy.
I just kept going.
Yeah,
We hit
I
the
don't know.
wall.
It was wild. Those slides are really, really fun. You might have to wait a few minutes for them, but it goes by pretty quickly. It's not too bad. But yeah, those
Also,
slides are great.
the hardest working job in Disney on any Disney property, in my opinion, is the lifeguards on that lazy river at Aulani.
Yeah, you know, we might say something slightly controversial, but also like going by like current events of what's happening in Disney parks right now. Parents, watch your children. Watch your kids, please. There's too many incidents that we're seeing on social media and stuff of kids being put in dangerous situations because you know, kids are reckless, but you know, parents, you got to watch your kids. And we saw a lot of unattended children in the pools and all around Alani, you
Even a
know.
little girl screaming for her mom, like for her mom, and her mom just waved and
Yeah,
walked
her mom's
away.
like on the side of the pool, like, "Hi, sweetie," and the girl's like, "Wait for me, mommy," and the mom just like walks away. I don't know what's going on, and you know, I get it. Parents need breaks and stuff, but make sure that if you're not watching your kid, make sure that somebody is, because you know we have people jumping off of Splash Mountain. You know, we have people falling in to animal enclosures at Animal Kingdom Lodge. You know, and you know we saw several kids just running wild and then in the lazy river like splashing and kicking around and like you know and I understand that's how kids like to play, but that's why there's the other pools. I feel like the lazy river is for chilling, you know,
Yeah, and I don't even, to be honest, I didn't even mind the
getting
pit
splashed a
getting
thousand
splashed
times
and the when the families were playing together.
when they're playing together
If it was a kid by themselves, no parent around, that
with goggles swimming
with goggles
underneath
swimming
people.
underneath people backwards and everything, and at that point, the lifeguards are the parents,
That's why the
and
lifeguards are doing a great job. They're always on their
they were
walkie-talkies. They're
fantastic. Not that you should
eagle-eyed.
use them as your babysitter, but they were fantastic. And
They were doing a great job.
I know, like, we sound a little hypocritical, but as people that have wanted and have been trying to become parents for over 8 years now, um, I just don't see how parents could let their children be so unattended and everything. And I don't, none of the people that we know that have great parenting relationship with their kids
They would never let
they
that
would
happen.
never
Yeah.
have let. And if they are, somebody else is watching them. They're not relying on the cast member to do it.
And they are aware that somebody else is watching them. It's not the I thought you were I thought you were watching,
Yeah.
So just, PSA to parents out there, watch your kids. Don't let them jump off of Splash Mountain, please. That's very dangerous.
Yeah.
Oh my, I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing because it's terrifying.
It's
I
terrifying.
can't believe it happened.
That poor child definitely saw that life.
But so anyways,
We had a great
yeah,
time on the lazy river.
it was
We
great.
really enjoyed it, and the lifeguards are amazing there. Like they
Yeah.
were so on top of
Props
it.
to those lifeguards.
And this is more of a statement on the props to them instead of
Yeah, as
the
far
other
as like
stuff.
as far as cast members who are on point, definitely the lifeguards. I feel like the people in the merch stores were always so kind.
Oh, they were in the photo pass. Even like
Photo pass, the character attendants. So I'm gonna say,
yeah.
we had a great time just chit chatting with the character attendant for Shelly May. Before Shelly May even came out, we were talking for like 5 minutes with that character attendant. He was so fun. Like we had a
Yeah.
great time. He was hyping up the crowd for Shelly May.
Yeah,
You know,
they really
like,
took
it was
care.
really awesome. But let's talk about that for a second. Characters.
Oh yes.
Because we got to meet some, relatively rare characters here in the States, Duffy and Shelly May, and they were both just so sweet and amazing. If you don't know who Duffy is or who these characters are, I want to do a show, an episode in the future about the Duffy story because it's so adorable. They're really popular in the foreign parks, and we got to meet them here with very little wait.
Yeah, we did hit it on a good time. Like
Well, because we timed it out.
we picked the second meeting of the day and we got there a little early so we would be close to the front of the line so it didn't waste a lot of our pool time. I enjoy, like, I always get surprised when I feel like the kid excited to meet characters.
And it happens
and
with a new character we haven't met before.
Loved meeting Duffy and Shelly May. They were wonderful.
Yeah.
So fun to meet. So sweet. I will am a little sad that I didn't get to meet Ola Mel.
Yeah, Olu never came out during our entire stay, so you can't count on certain things. Like we were kind of counting on meeting Olu Mel because he's kind of like the unofficial mascot for Aulani, but he just never had any greetings while we were there. We met, I feel like Duffy's a standard one. I feel like Shelly May, she might be maybe the one who alternates with Olu, right?
So for our days, if you take our 3 days into account, Duffy met 2 of the days and Shelly met once. Duffy didn't meet the day that Shelly met.
Right.
So,
but this is a great place to meet these rare characters because from what I understand, if you try to meet these characters in Hong Kong or Tokyo, you're going to be waiting a long time,
yeah.
right? And
even during the
great.
Jollywood Nights at Hollywood Studios,
Oh, they had Duffy and
Stan
Stan
Duffy, that line was ridiculous. We didn't even attempt it.
I wanted to, but we didn't. 'Cause it would have taken like an hour.
A good chunk of our party. One big thing is, so Aulani has an app. It is not as good as the My Disney Experience app, but one of its big positives is the list of activities for the day. Characters get updated after the pools open, so you can't look the night before saying, oh, Duffy's going to meet at 2 and 4 tomorrow. You have to check after the pools open.
Yeah.
But they were right. They had a location. I was even able to click and be like, oh, this is how I walk on the map to find it, because Shelly May was back where the luau takes place.
And that was our 3rd day. We had never gone back.
We had never gone back there. We didn't have a luau, and that's the DVC side of Aulani, so we weren't able to. We didn't see it until then, but it was a really pretty lawn.
Yeah, that stage was really cute.
Stage was cute.
Next time we go to Aulani, I do want to see that luau. It looks really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, so characters were great. But food, right?
So,
when we were sitting by the pool, we had these acai bowls, which we like to eat acai bowls here in San Antonio. But I'm sorry, these just take the cake. It might have been because we're sitting in Aulani eating them, but I feel like they were actually really good.
They were really good.
Fairly priced.
Again, a very, very large serving. So we got those at Ula Cafe, and Ula Cafe is like your go-to for like quick stuff.
They had pizzas and stuff.
They had pizzas, and
Breakfast
That's
sandwiches.
where you can get like bakery items and sodas. That's where we bought the refillable popcorn bucket,
Mickey
the
brownies.
Mickey brownies, the refillable
Mug.
stainless steel tumbler.
Right. I showed these. Please go and check out on YouTube. I did a merch haul like right when we got back, and I showed all these really great items that we got. So if you want to see the popcorn bucket and the stainless steel tumblers and all the other stuff that we got, we're not going to describe it on this episode. Go to YouTube and go and watch that merch haul because we got some really good
We got
stuff.
some really great
Bunch of
stuff.
Duffy stuff.
Bunch of ornaments. If y'all know me at all,
Yeah, yeah.
there's 1,000 ornaments
Go
there.
watch that video. But
Um,
we like that restaurant.
but we liked it.
Absolutely.
It was just the quick cafe.
That's also where they had the microwave, but it was available for guest use. We were able to heat our leftovers, and
From our makahiki or whatever it's
and
called.
have our dinner out there. Oh,
Can I go back to so yes, so we had to walk through the line and order our acai bowls there. A hack for us. So cold brew coffee is a purchased item. It's not part of the refillable cup
resort mug, yeah,
resort mugs.
right.
But so what we did was we filled our stainless steel tumblers with ice and then we poured hot coffee over
Because the
it
black coffee is included, right?
and the black coffee is included. Black coffee, tea, sodas, water, of course.
Right, we didn't do
And
it the
all
first
that's
day. We
available
realized that after the fact
after the
when
fact.
we ordered our cold brews, and then we're like, oh, wait a minute, we didn't have to do that.
Yes, and see, we drink our coffee black most of the time anyway, so that was a quick hack
That's a
for
hack
us.
for any Disney resort, right? If you
Yeah.
have a refillable mug, go fill it with
Fill it
with
with
ice,
ice.
and then get the hot coffee. It'll instantly cool down and be delicious.
And it was delicious. So, I mean, we took those with the pool. We drank them with our acai bowls. And then we got our refillable popcorn bucket from there, which was very cute. But the refill of the popcorn was the cutest thing in the world.
Oh, the paper container that it came in. It looks like a classic red and white striped vintage like popcorn container.
With Aulani on the side
Which, of course,
it.
it's paper, it's garbage. You know we kept it.
Oh, yeah.
So, of
Laminated
course.
that section.
Yeah, laminated, put it up in our popcorn corner. The other thing, the shaved ice, right? We went to the shaved
Yes.
ice counter, which I will say, we went to another shaved ice, like a real, I guess, I hate to use the word real, but a real shaved ice place in Maui called, what was it? I don't remember what it was called.
We confused the name, but it's one of the places my family have gone to.
It's on
to
Maui,
Hawaiian.
yeah, and
I think it's more of a Japanese take on shaved ice.
Ululani, I think was what it was called.
It was.
Ululani.
It's just the softest. It's like eating snow.
It's like snow. It was
It's so
amazing. We had
good.
hog flavor, but the one at Aulani,
Lula is the one at Aulani, and it's shaped like
It's shaped
Mickey
like
Mouse,
Mickey, but-
and those people are on it. So I went to go. Nick got a table, and I went to go get our shaved ice. They have two windows. One window you go, you order, and then you go through a little line, and then you tell the next attendant who's adding the flavors, and you get to pick three that's included. And they just have them all there, and they just make them and hand you one, and super easy.
yeah, and it was
Even with the
delicious.
line.
And I just want to talk about Imagineering really quick because that whole like the kiosk where you bought the shaved ice from, it looked like something you would see out in like Maui or other parts of Hawaii proper. It even had like stickers all over the side, like surf stickers and stuff. I was wondering, I was like, are these like, did guests put these stickers on? Like, can I put a Mickey and Minnie sticker on there? I did not. I did not vandalize Disney property. But
send them
I
up better.
did not. But it looked like it because it had all these like Surf Shack, stickers on there, and it was just so cute. And then even like the restroom area by the pool where the other store was, they had I guess there was three stores. I
Yeah.
went to, right? But that restroom area had like all these like Polaroids and like stickers all over the walls, where it just really felt like you were on like a beach area, like right off the main
Yeah.
road in Hawaii somewhere, and it just kudos again to Imagineering, the whole team with Aulani, Joe Rohde. Just it looks so like it's in Hawaii, so obviously it's really Hawaii, but it looks like how you'd picture
Right.
being in Hawaii proper to look like.
Yeah, like just an actual little shack off the side that you're getting some
Okay.
really something really yummy from. Another one that was there that we got lunch from one day was Mama's Snack
Right
Stop,
next to that, yeah.
right next to the ice, and it seriously looks like a little shack off of the beach.
Cute. Yeah.
We got our yummy fish and chips, and of course our mini corn dog nuggets, which dare I say were better than Casey Corners the last time they went to
Hey,
Magic Kingdom.
that when we went to Magic Kingdom in September, there was something weird about the mini corn dogs. I don't know what was
Something
going
was
on.
off.
The ones at Aulani were spectacular.
They were
We'll be
old Casey Corner
Yeah,
corn
we'll
dogs.
be in the Magic Kingdom in like 20 something days. So we're gonna try these corn dogs again and we'll report back. Are they back to
Are they
normal?
back?
I don't know. They felt
Hopefully.
like I don't know.
Something was off.
But the ones in Alani were fantastic. So go figure. Really good stuff. And of course we went to the Cove. We went swimming in the ocean area, right?
Yes.
So when we went swimming in Maui, it was obviously just a regular beach, and the waves were insane. We were constantly getting knocked over by waves
I lost
in a
my
fun
rubber
way.
ring
Oh, you
too.
lost your rubber, yeah, the Star Wars one. I gave you.
Yeah.
That's all right. But it was crazy. It was fun. It was exciting. In Alani, you're on a cove, so there's a bunch of like rocks kind of blocking in this little cove
It's
area.
very peaceful.
was
It would be a
peaceful, yeah.
good place for children to play, and we spent some time in it. We spent most of our time in the lazy river just because we did so much beach
Ocean.
and waves and ocean in Maui,
Mhm.
and in Alani, it was just very, very peaceful.
think-
And then the second day,
Yeah, that second
they
day.
had
They had a sign that was like,
for jellyfish.
beware of jellyfish. They could be, deadly or whatever the sign said. I don't know. There were still people swimming in there. I don't know if they ignored the sign or
Yeah.
whatever. Guys, if there's a sign, read it, obey it. They're there for your safety. It's there. They put these signs up on purpose. So we were like, nope.
And back to the lazy river we
not,
go.
Not doing. I've been stung by a jellyfish before. Right, story time. When I was a kid, we used to go to these beaches all over Florida. I used to live in Florida, and I got stung by a jellyfish once, and it was very painful. It's not fun. It hurts. So I saw a jellyfish sign. I didn't even think for a second about it. So guys, if there's a sign, please follow directions.
At least be aware. Like don't act surprised if you see a jellyfish if
Right.
there's a sign.
Don't go and sue Disney if you got stung by a jellyfish when there's a gigantic sign.
Yeah.
But that cove it shares the space with the next door resort, right? What was it?
The Four Seasons. Yeah, yeah. So the Four Seasons is on one side of the cove.
Which I will say, the Four Seasons looks beautiful, but like the architecture, the outside of Alani is gorgeous.
It stands apart.
It
like
looks like something that is Hawaiian, right?
yeah. And I mean like having gone to Hawaii quite a few times in my life,
She has, I haven't.
having my trips
Right.
and everything.
Uh-huh.
I've seen and stayed at a lot of resorts. Alani is what you think you're gonna stay in
Right.
Hawaii. Other resorts just they're
pretty.
great. They're pretty. They feel tropical, but they always have like a big open space and some water feature and just really nice resorts. But Alani just feels like cultured.
It looks,
And I know that's supposed to represent the culture,
and they did a great
and
job.
they did a great job.
It's
It's
beautiful.
gorgeous. It's one of those that are definitely worth seeing.
Which kind of brings us to the controversy of the island tower over by the Polynesian at Walt Disney World. A lot of people criticize how that hotel looks. It doesn't look anything like Alani. It's not nearly as beautiful, but I will say now that I've been to Hawaii and I've driven by dozens of resorts, it kind of looks like the island tower kind of looks like what an actual real modern Hawaiian resort looks
Yeah,
like.
it definitely looks like a mod. And that's what I said when we first went. I was like, it looks like you
Right.
could have popped this hotel
And-
down from a resort in Maui because they big open spaces.
Yeah, I really
some
like the
designs on the wall.
We walked through it.
I do agree that it doesn't match the theming of the Polynesian.
Right.
And
They don't go hand in hand, but
I wouldn't say that these two hotels are the same property.
no.
But do I believe that the Island Tower fits in Hawaii? Yes.
It's a different kind of Hawaii, right? It's not
Mm-hmm.
the the authenticity of like an Aulani or even
Polynesian.
Polynesian, but it looks like like if you were to plop the island tower down anywhere in Hawaii, it would fit right in with those like the murals on the wall. We saw on Disney Plus the making of the island tower or
Hmm.
whatever it was, and the tattoo art that's on the side of the building, right?
Super talented artists by that. I really enjoyed just watching the artists
The
create these projects.
Yeah, the hotel we stayed at in Maui, I pointed out to you. I was like, "Oh, look at these big murals on the side of the building. It
Like
reminds me of the
every
island
building.
tower." Yeah.
Every
So, there's something to be said about that. I know, that's controversial, but, you know, whatever. It's pretty. But back to Aulani, are there any other points we need to make about Aulani? 'Cause, I mean, I could just keep saying how beautiful it was, over and
So
over again.
I do. So one big thing is reservation booking that I want to talk about. If you are going to Aulani, be prepared that it's just like Disney World. You do have to wake up early before your trip and book dining reservations. I booked our dinner reservation right when I was supposed to, waking up and booking it. And then the luau obviously wasn't happening during our trip, but I actually looked for days around our trip as well, and they had sold out. So those do book up really quickly, so just be prepared for that. I wasn't originally able to get a character breakfast at Malahiki. Sorry for the the
Pronunciation.
pronunciation, but they have a character breakfast there. And I wasn't originally able to get it. And I thankfully was able to walk to the restaurant one of our days, our arrival
Arrival
day.
day when we had
Um,
no bathing suits.
and when we had no bathing suits, so we did other things. I walked up and I was able to ask, "Hey, can you squeeze in party of two for the 2 days from now?" And they had a cancellation, and we were able to get in. And I'm so thankful we
Yes, it
did.
was amazing. It was one of the best choices I think we made staying at Alani, because it really helped round out the trip. It helped.
Hmm.
We usually do our character breakfast at the end of our Disney World or Disneyland vacation, so this felt like a natural thing for us, and it was great. We had a really great interaction with Mickey, which is right at the beginning. You wait in line for that while you're waiting for your table. It
Hmm.
was great. Mickey's on point. We were both wearing those little like nut lays, right?
Yes, that I made.
That you made at the other resort. And so Mickey was like complimenting and like pointing at his, and it was great. And then inside of it, it reminded me of Ohana because of the ukulele player,
Yes,
right?
and I loved
And that
her.
was
She was
great.
so talented. And at one point, the character attendant for Pluto did a hula to one of her ukulele
Oh yeah, he was
songs.
doing all like the hand
And it was
motion.
just so fun to watch because that was obviously not planned, but he
His
he
culture.
knew it, culture, and was able to do it. And the service team was fantastic there.
Like characters,
The
we saw Pluto, we saw Max, and we saw Minnie, right?
Yeah, those were the characters that
And
were
then Mickey
walking around, and then Mickey was you meet first. Um,
and it was,
the
I'm
food
gonna
was good.
I'm
The
gonna
Hawaiian donuts.
well, the Hawaiian donuts, those were
Um,
delicious. I'm gonna knock on Goofy's Kitchen over at Disneyland for a second because that's, in my opinion, the worst character meal you could have at a Disney resort that I've been to so far. In that experience at Goofy's Kitchen, Minnie passed us by. We never got to meet Minnie,
mhm.
but at this one at Alani, every character came up to us more than once.
Yeah, it's not a very big restaurant, and so the characters circle, it seems.
Right, and Max, we had great interactions with Max. She did like the perfect cast with
Yeah.
me. We had a great time.
It was really great. That's a prefix one too. So you start with the Hawaiian donuts and the side of fruit.
Then you pick your entree.
We got coffee and pog juice.
Pop juice.
And then you pick your entree, and we just got standards since we were going to be at the beach all day and then flying. We didn't want a whole lot more sugar after eating the donut.
Yeah, they did not have the Mickey waffle.
So we did not have the Mickey waffles this trip. But I have to say it was one of my favorite character breakfasts, and that's somebody that
Filled me up.
has done quite a lot of them and everything. Yes, Goofy's Kitchen was one that I thought was great, and last time I feel like I will never go back.
Maybe it's better, but I did not care for that experience.
A very bad experience our last trip.
We talked about that in the previous episode.
Yeah.
You can go find our Disneyland trip report episode. I think we did that at some point, right?
Yeah.
Last year. But Yeah, that was great. And then, like we said, we spent the rest of the day in the pools and stuff, and then showered in their the locker room area.
Yeah,
And
and luggage can hold your bags too. That is something, if you are planning to enjoy the amenities of Aulani on your checkout day. We went to breakfast in our nice clothes with the lace that I made and everything, took a bunch of pictures around the property, refilled our coffee cups. And then we went upstairs, sat on our balcony, drank some pog juice, packed up
leisurely, we packed up
leisure.
leisurely.
We
Yeah.
packed up leisurely, and then we turned our bags in, got everything out of our room, um, and
And then we went to the
and then
pools.
we went to the pools. And so we packed a bag that had clothes to change into in our beach bag.
And we
Um,
got our wristbands for the pool the night before.
Yes, you can do that. At a certain time, you can ask for the wristbands for the next day. At Aulani, they have to put the wristbands on each person.
Yeah, you can't get it
So
for
you
somebody
can't get
else.
it. Like at one point, my parents were coming down and asked if we could get the wristbands, and they said no. But you scan your room key or your magic band. I would assume we just did room keys
Right,
on
I
this
forgot.
trip. Um, and
It was
we
easy.
we got our
It was
bands,
great.
kept them,
Hmm.
got our towels, got our beach bags, spent the whole day out there. It was wonderful. And then we got the hospitality cards, went in, showered, changed,
Hmm.
did a little
Great.
shopping again,
Easy peasy.
and then we got our bags back and we went to the airport. Something to note is at 5 o'clock there in Hawaii time, they're basically saying you're done at Aulani. So at that point, we could not do any more room charges.
Yeah.
We had to use our actual cards.
So we were still there,
We were still
but the
there.
room charges didn't work anymore.
Yes, and at that point, the check-in luggage desk is closed, so we had to get it from Bell Services at the front of Aulani too,
Yeah.
which was not a problem. It
Huh,
was
it was
very, very easy,
very stress-free day.
very stress-free, easy day. Just things to note that you won't be able to scan after a certain time,
Yeah.
um, and
Well, I think we touched on everything from Milani. The big takeaway, it's absolutely beautiful. Pools are amazing. But don't expect any extras, any pixie dust. Again, even at the character breakfast, are you celebrating something? Yeah, our anniversary. Oh, that's nice. Right? And so don't expect any extra pixie dust. Don't expect anyone to really, I mean, at least our experience was, even with it being our anniversary trip, there was no extra magic, which, again, rule of thumb is you don't expect that at Disney parks.
yes,
You never ask for extra magic at Disney parks. You don't do that. But, we've been very blessed to have gotten a lot of extra magic and
without
pixie dust
asking.
without asking at all on almost all of our trips.
You get
So,
more pixie dust without asking at the Disney park
just
that
in
feels
general,
that
yeah.
way.
But don't expect
But
any of that from Milani. It's just a really beautiful hotel, right? But there's
it's
Disney
nice.
magic. There's touches. There's the Stitch statues, and the lamp in the bedroom, and of course the Imagineering touches where it's like, if you're a Disney fan, it's not only about seeing Mickey Mouse everywhere,
Yeah.
it's about seeing the level of immersion and theming that you come to expect from Disney. And I believe that you do get that at a
You
lot.
definitely get that. And it was magical in its own way. And I think when you're going to some place like Hawaii, you want Hawaii magic. And I feel like we got that. We didn't get the extra pixie dust, but we had a wonderful, beautiful time.
I love
And
it.
I think at the end of the day, we would both go back.
Oh yeah, I would 100% go back. We definitely have plans to go back to Hawaii in the future. And, like I said on the You're Going to Disney Again episode of the Mickey Minutes podcast, I will remind people that Aulani is on Hawaii. And if we're going back to Hawaii, we're going back to Aulani. So, yeah, overall, final thoughts? You loved
Um,
it?
I loved it. I
Loved
think
it?
if you're going to Alani to stay at Alani.
Oh yeah, don't
So
leave.
don't leave. If you're going, Alani's price tag and where it is on the island, I think it deserves its own couple days.
Yeah.
So enjoy the amenities, watch the shows, eat the yummy food,
Okay,
float in the lazy river.
we saw the camp, or not campfire, like the I guess like a little fire pit show, story time. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it was
With
wonderful.
Uncle. Yeah, that was great.
Beautiful.
Lots of entertainment, lots of experiences,
And
a
a
lot
lot
of
of
kid experiences, but allow Alani to breathe. Because if you go in thinking Disney magic for a couple hours and then let's go see something else on Oahu, you're gonna miss it.
You're gonna miss it, yeah.
So stay somewhere else, maybe on the other side of the island in Honolulu, if you plan on doing both.
Right, and allow yourself to be immersed in the story of Aulani. You know, if you're paying attention, you're looking around in the lobby and around the hotel and just around everywhere, you're gonna learn these story beats about Aulani, but also just about Hawaii in general. It's beautifully done. Like you said, allow it to breathe, allow the resort to, or allow yourself to be enveloped in the resort and just enjoy it because it's a work of art in itself. So yeah, we had a really great time. Thanks so much for listening, you guys. We want to know, have you ever been to Aulani? You know, if you have, let us know what was your favorite thing about Aulani.
Did you get pixie dust? Please let us know.
Did you get any pixie dust? So yeah, please let me know in the comments wherever it is that you're listening to this episode, if it's on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or YouTube. And speaking of YouTube, check out the new show that I'm doing over there called The Weekly Top 3, where I talk about the top 3 biggest Disney news stories of the week in under 15 minutes. We have a cute little Mickey Minutes timer and everything, and it's such a fun thing just to be able to talk about the news again. It's kind of the replacement of the other show, Mid Monday, but I'm really enjoying doing that. So yeah, thanks for all your support of Mickey in Minutes. And thank you, Wifey, so much for being on the show again.
Of course, anytime.
This was so fun. And yeah, I'm your host, Nick Lazaga. This is Mickey in Minutes, and I will see you next time. Bye. Thanks again for listening to the Mickey in Minutes podcast. If you liked it, tell your fellow Disney friends about it. Follow on Instagram at Mickey in Minutes, subscribe wherever you listen, and check out mickeyinminutes.weebly.com for more content.